Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a great show for you tonight. Needless to say, it's going to run at least an hour and 10 minutes. So those of you who are coming in late, be as inauspicious as possible if you would while we get right along with our show. And under the direction of Mr. J. Lombardo, our Show of Champions. Mr. George McCaslin won in Tulsa, Oklahoma. '42, the Elastic Four, Roy Frisbee, they won in Grand Rapids, Michigan. '43, the Four Harmonizers, Mr. Huck Sinclair, they won in Chicago. 1944, the Harmony Halls won in Detroit, Michigan. Ed Geikema. '48, the Pittsburghers won in Oklahoma City, and we had Tom J. Palamone. 1949, the Mid-States Four in Buffalo. Bob Mack, Marty Mendrow, Quarry Haynes, Bill Hansen. 1951, the Schmidt brothers in Toledo. Joe Schmidt, James, Francis, and Paul. 1958, the Gay Notes won in Columbus, Ohio. Maury Rector and John Lotz. 1960, the Evans Quartet in Dallas, Texas. Bob Evans. 1961, the Suntones won in Philadelphia. Harlan Wilson. 1962, the Gallalads in Kansas City. Tom Kean. 1964, the Sidewinders, San Antonio, Jerry Fairchild and Russ Hosier. 1965, the Four Renegades in Boston, Massachusetts. Buzz Hager, Ben Williams, Tom Felgen, Jim Foley. 1966, the Autotowners, Chicago, Glenn Van Tassel. 1967, the Four Statesmen, Frank Lanza, Don Maima. And 1968, the Western Continentals, Paul Graham. 1969, again, the Mark IV and Mo Rector. 1970, the Oriole Four, Freddie King. They won on stage presence. 1971, the Gentleman's Agreement, Glenn Van Tassel again. 1972, the Golden Staters, Milt Christensen. 1973, the Dealer's Choice, Gary Parker. And 1975, the Happiness Emporium, Bob Dowma, Rob Johnson, Jim Foy, and Bob Spong. In 1976, the Insiders, Lloyd Erickson, John Devine, Tom Pearson, and Guy McShann. 1977, the Most Happy Fellows. 1978, the Bluegrass Student Union, Alan Hatton, Ken Hatton, Rich Staub, and Dan Burgess. 1979, we got all five of Grandma Boys, Don Marnick, Hank Brandt, John Miller, Randy Luce, and Jay Gianlombardo. 1980, the Boston Common, Ken Martin, Terry Clark, Larry Tully, Tom Scarito. 1981, the Chicago News, Ray Henders, Butch Koth, Greg Wright, and Colin Felgen. 1982, the Classic Collection. Kurt Hutchinson, Larry Wilson, George Davidson, and Terry Heltney, your show of champions.
So let a smile be your umbrella on a rainy, rainy
You can pull the curtain now.
One more time.
Show right along. It might be a little long tonight, and I know a lot of you have got babysitters with you. I see you. And the first quartet to perform for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, your 1949 international champions, the Mid-State Four.
We're shouting, we're singing, tonight we'll do some flinging. Time to start the show. We're laughing, we're humming, because we know what's coming. Things have been too slow, and now we'll make them go. Now, honey, you do the dishes and I'll feed the old sow. I'll sow the chickens and our one-turkey cow. Take down your curlers and powder your nose. We'll make time at Jones's place and wear our best clothes. There'll be no evening gown, not even a tux. They'll come in wagon buggies and pick-up trucks. We'll do our singing under kerosene lights. We'll wear our glad rags tonight. You gotta look. I look on the good side, cut out watching for the bad. If you keep your eyes a-gazing in the right direction, I promise you're going to be glad. Now all the happy folks are the folks who sing, 'cause they see a lot of good in everything. You gotta look. I look on the good side, cut out watching for the bad. Old Uncle Sylvester Cunningham would fiddle a tune. Red-headed kids will steal away a spittoon. They'll run and hide behind a big bale of hay. And that old satin hen will scare 'em away. I'll meet you, honey, by the old cider cake. We'll set our cup down and both shake a leg. Never a ballroom seen a prettier sight. We'll wear our glad rags tonight, my honey. We'll wear our glad rags tonight. Hey! I got it, Marty.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You know, you have no idea what a thrill it is for us to be up here in front of this real wonderful bunch of barbershoppers. Really, really great, isn't it?
Right.
Anyway, I heard a couple of you guys snickering a little bit about these silly-looking outfits we've got on. Do you remember a few years ago when the girls came out with those sad sack dresses?
Yeah.
Bob, give them a profile. Well, I'll tell you, he may look silly, but at least it kept them out of the Army. But anyway, it's kind of warm up here. Some of you probably recognize the outfits. It's kind of warm. We're going to get comfortable. Don't go away. I'll be right back.
Oh, boy. Scissors attached. Take it off, take it off. Oh, boy. I did it.
I did it. I always win. Jacques Benet. This is actually Christian Dior knob, Givenchy, Gucci, Guggenheimer. But anyway, you know, actually what we'd like to do for you now is we'd like to actually take you back to the, well, I think we were over in Korea, I think, about 1950, 51. And we came across a song with a kind of an upbeat to it. And we'd like to sing it for you now, if we think we can get to it. And we're going to get to it. Here we go. Take one to fit.
That looks like yours.
Yeah, shall we try it?
Oh, that's the blood. He's got a beat in it. The rhythm's got a lot of heat in it. Bet you 5, 10 to 5. Gonna get you doing what it's doing to me. And when the Dixieland comes oozing out of it, the Dixielanders sure proud of it. They call it jazz. What it has, that's plenty for me. Let me take you down to New Orleans, down to Macy's place in New Orleans. Listen to the tenor, doo-doo-wah. Listen to the trumpet, wah-wah. Shut my big brown rolling eyes if you don't rock it to the skies. Hey, boy, say, boy, that's plenty for me. When the joy gets you jumping and the drummer hits something with a clang, clang. Comes in like a busted gang, bang, bang, skin-a-rink, a-rink-a-dink-dink-dink. Beat it out, brother, there's no other remedy. And that's a plenty, plenty for me. Oh, Basin Street is the street where welcome's sweet, dear to me, where I can lose those Basin Street blues. Bung-de-yow, bung-de-yow, wah. Bung-de-yow, bung-de-yow, wah. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Hey, you're gonna get mellow when that fellow blows his horn. Down where the blues were born, you'll be gone. The trumpets are trumping, gonna do me something. Beat it out, brother, there's no other remedy. And that's a plenty, plenty for me. Oh, once you start, you're gonna stay. Every night you're out campaigning and swing your queen. What I mean, brother, you're as gone as any human can be. And when you're in the mood there, ain't no stopping it, you live and breathe it. Blow you stopping it, that is jazz. What it has, that's a plenty for bung, 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 bung. Bye, that's a plenty for me. Or me. Hey! Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now we'd like to do something a little bit unusual. We'd like to feature one of the individuals in our quartet. And Forrest, would you be kind enough to go and get your banjo?
What's that?
Go get your banjo.
Get my what again? I didn't hear you. You have to speak up. I don't hear it. What did you say?
Anyway, I'd like to have you go and get your banjo.
My banjo?
Yes.
I didn't bring any banjo.
What?
What'd you say?
I didn't bring any banjo. I'm tired of playing banjo. I don't like to play banjo anymore. They're too loud. I don't want. But I brought my T-bone.
Your what?
My T-bone.
I hesitate to ask.
I got a new instrument. I call it a T-bone. Do you like to play?
Go get the T-bone.
I got an assistant that's going to help me get this on the
get
road.
the T-bone, and I'll explain a little bit. What we'd like to do here,
my T-bone.
what we'd like to do here is we'd like to have
This is
you
Herman.
listen to a little bit of a.
Have you met Herman yet?
That's Herman. Hello, Herman. How are you? Anyway, come on, let's get going. All right, that's enough of that now. Let's go. Come on now. Anyway, we'd like to do is we'd like to feature Forrest in this number for you. Forrest.
You go to your own show, huh?
Yeah, come on, you back over here. Come on, just get over here and get this thing opened up. What we'd like to do is make this a little bit of a presentation. It's a kind of a featured thing here. And what we'd like to do is have you, actually, you're going to make a presentation. Will you hurry up and get that thing over? You got to get on with the show. We're running out of time.
All right, I know it's going on.
Okay. Anyway, if you're going to make a presentation to an audience like this, you must go to the rostrum.
What?
I said, you must pay attention. I said, if you're going to make a presentation to an audience like this, you must go to the rostrum.
Go to where again? I didn't get that.
You must go to the rostrum.
I don't have to go to any
Oh,
rostrum.
well, all right. Okay, never mind. Just get the thing out and let's get on with the show. Okay, here
There's
we
my
go.
T-bone.
There it is.
That's a T-bone.
That's my
Okay.
T-bone.
Don't bother with Herman. Just get the thing out of the way. Okay. Here we go. and
All
now
right,
you're
I'll
going to-
start it.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, ready?
Yeah.
How do you like it so far? Okay?
That's right.
Think I can't play this thing? You're not. Hey, you're late. We're already started. Way at the top. That's it.
Get up, fat
Come
lady.
on. Come on, fat lady. Let him get in there while we're at
Now, let's get on with the show. It goes 2 minutes.
I'm ready if you are.
Yeah.
That's well. All right, I'll start it and you get in. Let's sing.
I'm going over a four-leaf clover that I overlooked before. One is the sunshine, the second is rain, third is the roses that grow in the lane. No need explaining, the one remaining is somebody I adore. I'm looking over a four-leaf clover that I overlooked before.
My turn. Here we go.
I'm looking over a four-leaf clover that I overlooked before.
Go. Ah, hey.
Go flying around. Let's go. One more. This is it.
We're not running long.
Thank you very much. You are very kind. We hope we have the opportunity of seeing you around the circuit this winter. It's been a lot of fun. Sincerely, I say for me personally, it's been 15 years since I've been on stage, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm like Sally Ride. I just never have had so much fun in all of my life, and I never will. Really, this is great. Thank you very much. We're going to close with a little upbeat, too.
Go get a taxi.
I'll be down to get you in a taxi, honey, for
Alabama Jubilee. You ought to see Deacon Jones when he rattled and moaned. Old Parson Brown pulled around like a clown. And Jemima, who is past 83, shouting up full of pep. Watch his step, watch his step. One-legged Joe danced around on his toe, threw away his crutch and hollered, let her go.
Oh, honey.
Hail, hail, the gang's all here for an Alabama jubilee. Oh, mandolins, violins,
You listen to the music, all the fun will begin.
come this way, don't delay. Better hurry, honey dear, or you'll be missing music sweet, ragtime beat.
All the folks are gathered just to kick their feet.
It's a reminder, a memory finder of nights down in old Alabama. Oh, I wish I was in the land of cotton.
Look away.
Look away. Oh, hail, hail, the gang's all here for an Alabama jubilee, for an Alabama jubilee. Hey! Thank you. You got the name? I got it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's it.
Let's go.
The Mid-State Four. Ladies and gentlemen, our next quartet comes from a very large family.
Ladies and gentlemen. Now, if we can, I'd like to announce just one or two other announcements I've been asked to make, and that is, for those of you who are using your tape recorders, we have to assume that it's probably your first barbershop convention, and you're not aware of the ASCAP rules and of the big 492-pound people that we have in the back who are going to come up, not only break your recorder, but stick it in your ear. That's in way of asking you please not to do that. In particular, Freddie was very upset that you would have recorded what he just did. We have the distinction, ladies and gentlemen, I believe, and just to make certain, I'll see that they're ready. Excuse me. We have the distinction of having, as I understand it, the oldest quartet together in this, still in the AIC. That is, 4 people still singing together quite actively. In fact, as you were outside around the record tables, you probably saw their little cylindrical records. The Mid-State. I remember as a kid listening to a lot of their old songs, and as a kid, well, I think it was the Mid-States that I heard. I guess the point is, it's an old quartet that probably has none other. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mid-States Four.
Here they are, ladies and gentlemen, the old Mid-States Four. Don't they look excited? Why, they've been this excited all week. Now, let's bring on the new Mid-States Four and bring back the good old days.
Wait till I get the key.
Wait till I get the key. All right. Good old days, bring them back once more. Do you remember the things that they did when dear old Daddy was only a kid? The flapper hats and derby and spats, do you remember when? Do you remember the Dixieland Jazz, the Bodie-O-Do and Razzle-the-Tazz? You broke your back while falling the jack, do you remember when? Oh, those good old days ain't a here and no more, no more. Yes, sir, those good old days, knocking train. Do you remember the band was a rage? And little Jolie was king of the stage. The Bearcat Struts was simply the nuts. Do you remember when? Do you remember the movies they made? When Valentino was chic of the pearls. Do you remember? Remember when? Do you remember the Rumble-She-Coo? The Hoochie Coochie and Poo-Poo-Pidoo-Pidoo, Lucky Lindy, Blue in the Blue. Do you remember when? Oh, those good old songs ain't a here no more, no more. Yes, sir, those good old songs. Jumping out the door with Sweet Cookie. Do you remember how Babe hit that ball? Remember Whiteman at Carnegie Hall? Custard pie, googly eyes. Do you remember? Wow, wow. Remember? Wow, wow. Do you remember? Remember when?
Thank you very much. What a wonderful audience. Boy. Well, we do thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. It's a real delight for us to be here in St. Louis. And we certainly do hope you remember some of the good old days, because we're going to be getting here tonight, because what happened is Bob went down to see the arch. And you know, we've been teasing about going to McDonald's and getting stuck in the arch. He almost got caught in that arch again today.
Oh, come on, Marty.
I'll tell you.
Whiz.
Anyway, we'd like to bring you back once again to the good old days with another one of our songs.
Oh, look at them shuffling down, rambling, scrambling, heading for town, hustling, bustling, buzzing around, happily waiting at the station. See that train number 709 is a huffing and a puffing and a coming on time. Who do you think's about to ride? The band they call that Dixieland Five. Ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. They're gonna play that muskrat ramble tune. You've never heard it played. Join in that big parade. All together now, 1 and 2. Join that happy throng. Feel the beat of that rambling, scrambling muskrat song. Come on and ramble along. Shuffling down, rambling, heading for town, hustling, buzzing around, happily waiting at the station. See that 709 puffin' and bumpin' on time. Who do you think's about to ride? The band they call that Dixieland Five. Ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. They're gonna play that muskrat ramble tune. You never heard it played. Join in that big parade. All together now, 1 and 2. Join that happy throng. Feel that rambling, scrambling muskrat song. Come on and ramble along. Wah, 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 wah. Go!
Thank you.
Hey!
Thank you. Thank you very much. Forrest, we're going to introduce you now. This is your spot.
What?
This is your spot now. This is where you're going to do
What do
your
you
thing.
say?
This is where you're going to do your thing here now.
What am I going to do?
We want you to go and get your banjo, and we're going to do that special number we
What,
rehearsed.
banjo?
Go and get the banjo, yeah.
I didn't,
Okay. We'd like to
I'm
have...
sorry to say, Martin Mindro, I did not bring my banjo.
You're kidding.
No, I played it enough, and I thought I would, well, I brought my T-bone.
Oh.
Don't ask.
What's a T-bone?
Don't you know what my T-bone is?
I
Well, I got a
hesitate to
T-bone, and I put strings on, and I play it.
All right, okay, fine.
Would you
Go
like
get
to
the
see-
T-bone.
Go get
Go
the
ahead,
T-bone.
yeah, right, okay.
Well, I tell you, I don't have to go off stage anymore, because since we're back on the circuit and doing all the great shows around the country and all, we have become rather successful, and I have hired an assistant. And I hired an assistant. She is
She?
Yes, I thought. Well, I figured that we ought to have some, something.
A class.
Well,
I know.
class.
Yeah, we're
in
going to
our
have some
car,
class in the
and
end. Yeah, okay.
so I tell you, her name is Debbie.
Debbie?
And the cutest little thing that you ever saw
All
in
right.
your life.
Well, let's
see?
get Debbie and let's
Debbie,
get the thing
should I
going.
go to?
Okay, yeah.
All right,
go
I'll
and
call
set-
Debbie.
Yeah, okay.
Debbie, will you please, Debbie, please bring Debbie.
Forrest Haynes,
Come
our
on, bring me
baritone.
out.
Actually,
Bring
just find out, ladies and
bring
gentlemen,
my
if you go
T-bone
along
out.
with this guy,
She'll
really
she'll be
does
out
have
here.
it
She'll
down.
be out here in just a
Oh,
minute.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a real.
Oh, okay.
she's a
Well, I'm
very-
glad to hear that. Where's
she's
she from?
She's a very darling little girl.
Oh, you're kidding.
No,
Really?
she's very,
Yeah.
very
Tell
shapely
me
and
about-
very
oh,
pretty and
really?
all.
Oh,
She ought to
yes.
be out here pretty soon.
You're
I mean, everything.
kidding.
That's it.
Oh,
Debbie, we're. I don't think this is Debbie.
That's not Debbie.
I'm Debbie's father.
You what?
Debbie's father.
You're Debbie's father. Where's Debbie? I hired her to work
You don't
for
quit messing around with her. I'm
I-
going to kick you into next week.
What?
Hey, this kid
I'm
is
not.
tough.
I don't mess around with your daughter. I don't. I mean, you're smart, aren't you? You
Hey.
big. I know. I don't have kids. I know it. I don't.
No, listen.
I'll take that off the camera.
All right, okay, get your
I mean,
reasons
I-
out. Let's get
I
on with
hired
the
a
show.
girl and
Let's get on with the
everything
show.
else.
We'd like to have you meet now Forrest Haynes III, our baritone.
Well,
Forrest
I
Haynes
have-
III. You think they can do better by now, right? Well, what the heck.
Well, I have-
Anyway, he has a little thing. Will you hurry up and get
He
this thing
didn't-
on? We're running out of time.
He didn't bring my chair out
You
there.
forgot the
dummy.
chair. Oh.
He brought my. I gotta have a chair.
Yeah,
He
right,
didn't
I
bring my
forgot.
chair out
Okay,
there.
all right, so-
Debbie's father, will you bring my chair out to me? I mean,
Come on, bring the chair out.
just bring me the chair. That's the kind of cheap help you
Yeah, I
get
can
these
see. Not you. All right, well, anyway, will you get up here now so we can get on with the show? Okay, all
I'll
right.
get the thing out
Corey's
there.
background is really something if you, well, no,
get it
I better
right
not.
out here.
But anyway.
There's my T-bone.
Corey's
right
background. That's a T-bone? All right, okay.
There you go.
Hey, all right, okay, here we go. Let's go. Let's get
Oh,
going.
wait a minute.
now. Let's get on with the show. then.
Wrong size.
You're a little short for that, fella. Yeah. That's our last show, right? I know. We're through. We're off the circuit. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. That's better. That's better.
Boy, that's a dirty laugh if I ever heard it. I'll tell you that.
Saturday night.
Okay, here we go.
I'll start it and you get in.
Okay,
All right.
We're
All right, you ready?
ready.
Can you hear it on the shelf okay? All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's sing. Oh, I'm looking over a four-leaf clover that I overlooked before. The one is the sunshine, the second is rain, third is the roses that grow in the lane. No need explaining, the one remaining is somebody I adore. I'm looking over a four-leaf clover that I overlooked before. It's my turn. Stop time.
very much. Thank you. You're very kind. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, it is getting late. We do have to move on. This is our last number, and actually what we'd like to do is bring you once more to one of our good old days. It's a favorite tune of ours from way back. Some of you out there may recognize the title. When I give it to you now, the name of the song is We Had an Old Cow Who Wouldn't Give Milk, So We Sold Him. Sure. We're gonna
Sewing tonight,
we'll buck and
hoeing tonight. Hiram Brown's in town. Hiram Brown got the sweetest little band in town, and the people come for miles around just to hear them play. Their music can't be beat. Got the folks a talking along Main Street. Everybody wants to shake their feet. They sure can play. An accordion, an old banjo, a hot guitar, and a fiddle and a bow. When they play a rural rhythm, I see them sway a rural rhythm. It's okay, rural rhythm.
How I love to go to the country dances.
I know well that it's corny. How you can yell and say it's corny. Still it's swell music for me. Better than a big brass band.
everybody.
Clap your hands. Pull up your overalls, stamp your feet. What if the cedar fall dance all night? Yeah, till the rooster calls to the music of the hot hillbilly. Now I like your fall rural rhythm. I adore rural rhythm. Give me more rural rhythm. That's the way to go to town.
All right.
Oh, welcome, welcome, here, 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 clap your hands, pull up your overalls, stamp your feet. What if the ceiling falls, dance all night, get till the rooster calls. This is the way that we go. Yo, rural rhythm, rural rhythm, rural rhythm. That's the way we go to town.
Hey! Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'll go into mine now.
Yeah, right. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Boy, I tell you, that's like old times again, and be out here among all you folks and all the friends that we've made throughout the years, and even after our taking a break for 12 or 14 years, whatever it was, to get back on the circuit again and, you know, just be out there with all you folks and doing your shows again. I tell you, you make some, I shouldn't say this, but you make at least 3 old men pretty happy by your acceptance. I'll tell you that right now.
You hear that, Bill?
But I'll tell you, though, we have the type of quartet, we're kind of like the Oleo Act. We kind of set up the biggies, you know, like they have today, and you know, the Suntones and all the rest of them. Well, you know, the Insiders and the Suntones and all, they're the kind of quartets that, well, they get standing ovations and things like that. Now, we really never get standing ovations of any
No,
kind.
that's a fact.
Well, now let's face it, we're not that type of quartet. So we'd like to close our portion of the show with,
Oh, say, can you see?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's go. Come on, hey.
Is anything better than this? Is anything better than this? Is anything better than singing together? Is anything better than this? Ladies and gentlemen,
one of the greatest quartets of all time, here to chill you with a special tribute as they do this. Wait till I read it. A special tribute to a special time. The one and only.
The one and only who is
Marty,
the
you're supposed to tell us. You're the MC. Fill it in.
Well, I know, but
Who is
I don't know
it?
who's next. I don't know.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry, who's up next?
Oh.
All right.
I know it's not them. I'll guarantee
Oh,
you.
this is not them.
Are we in your way?
Are you?
Sorry, sir.
Now they do it.
Okay.
Now they do
Oh,
it.
wait a minute.
Do you represent the Republicans or the Democrats? That's what,
You got to put a mic here.
You gotta put a mic
Got to
there.
put a mic here.
why don't you
Put the
do that?
microphone over.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay,
that's
all
fine.
right.
I'm glad
Thank you,
that-
thank you. Okay.
If you
wanna
both
put the
have
mic
anything
down?
to do,
Put the mic over where it belongs. Okay, here they are.
the
Tribute to a special time, the one and only
I still
Sunflower.
You were supposed to.
Oh, who says we don't have fun? I tell you. You know, I had the pleasure of being on a lot of shows with the Next Quartet, and I'll tell you, they are something else. And believe me, since I've been in the society 40 years, I've never had so much fun than I had doing shows with these guys. They were known as the original clown princes of harmony. And here they are from sunny Florida, the 1949 international champions, the Mid-States Four.
Hey, the
Okay,
telephone's
hello,
ringing.
hello. Yeah, this is the Mid-States
Who's
Four.
on the phone?
Who's on the phone?
Who?
Who?
Hey, fellas, guess who's calling?
It's Florida calling. Florida calling. Florida, Florida, Florida calling you. Florida calling. Florida calling. Winking and blinking and thinking of no one but you. South wind whispering in your ear. Oh, south wind, if you listen, you can hear. Oh, Florida calling. Florida calling. Winking and blinking and thinking of no one but you. We're having fun in old Miami. With the sun and the sand and the sea, we're having fun. Ain't we the lucky ones? With the sun and the sand and the sea. Hour after hour we love it more and more. Adore that ocean shore. We're having fun, some fun in old Miami. With the sun and the sand and the sea. We're having fun in Sarasota. With the sun and the sand and the sea, We're having fun, ain't we the lucky ones? With the sun and the sand and the sea. Hour after hour we love it more and more. Adore that ocean shore. We're having fun, some fun in old Orlando. With the sun and the sand and the sand and the sea. Mr. Sandman with fun.
Mr.
Sandman with me. With me. Hey!
How about that? Thank you. Thank you very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You know, actually, we do have fun. We've had fun traveling all over the country, singing all over the place, but we have to admit our favorite state happens to be our home state of Florida. In fact, just recently, we sang a show down south of Lake Okeechobee in one of the Seminole Indian reservations.
Yep.
And, you know, we met a guy there. He was the greatest guy in the world.
Nice.
His name was Chief Shortcake.
Really?
Wonderful guy. We're just sorry to say that just recently the good chief passed away. And we called his wife long distance and offered to help defray the funeral expenses, but she said no, squawberry shortcake.
Oh,
You see, they're this Indian chief.
Never mind. Never mind.
That's an Indian. Down in Okeechobee, a time had come for a holiday. All the Indians gathered,
And they would dance.
and they would dance the time away, away. Shipping full rain in the page just came back from the pale-faced place. There they could sing no harmony. They took down their guns up the way, oh, to the tunes the Indians swayed, and sang all the latest melodies like these. Oh, that Indian jazz. Oh, that Indian jazz. Oh, when the Redskins started into swaying, all the bucks and squaws started swaying. The eagle rocked and the turkey trot, the Minnehaha. Lone Star did a walk with a gay guy. So take me back to Okeechobee, where the Indian jazz band plays sweet melodies and harmonies. So won't you take me to the track that leads me back to dear old sunny Okeechobee, where the Indian jazz band plays sweet melodies.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Here we go.
Oh, I'm all ready for the summertime, and the summertime is ready for me. I'm all dressed up in my swimming suit for a dip in the deep blue sea.
Hold it, hold it.
Now, wait a minute.
You're not all dressed for
What do you
swimming.
mean? I
You
wanna-
gotta
oh,
get
for
ready.
swimming.
I want to go I want to go swimming, and
All
I
right.
want to take a big dip
Okay,
in the
all
deep
right,
blue
okay.
sea.
I brought you. Don't go away.
Are you going to get your suit on? Oh, okay.
I got it. Don't go away. Don't go away. I
Be
got
right
it. Sure
there.
do.
Boy, it's cold.
Woo, it's cold up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ho, ho, ho. Well, we'll go swimming anyway. Where's your ring? Where's your hair?
Just go cut it
Oh.
There's nothing I'd rather do than spend a day at the seashore with you. There on the sand I'll be holding your hand as we steal a kiss or two. A stroll on the boardwalk will lead to an intimate talk just for two. There's nothing I'd rather do than spend the day at the seashore with you. Oh, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. No boat like a rowboat. Row, row, romance in love. Hearts will skip and they'll miss as we kiss in the dark. Oh, what love we can make on a lake in the park. It's an ocean of devotion, a floating dream for two. Oh, I keep hoping that the oars will stray, so we can drift forever and a day. 'Cause there's no boat like a rowboat. It's row, row, Rosie, the row, row, romance in a row, row, rowboat with you. Don't want a steamboat, that's not my dream boat. Don't want a sailboat or a whaleboat. Don't want a tugboat, a chug-a-lug boat, an ocean liner. On its way to China, oh, there's no boat like a rowboat. A row, row, romance and love. Hearts will skip and they'll miss as we kiss in the dark. Oh, what love we can make on a lake in the park. It's an ocean of devotion, a floating dream for two. Oh, I keep hoping that the oars will stray, so we can drift forever and a day.
It's my turn.
Hearts will skip and they'll miss as we kiss in the dark. Oh, what love we can make on a lake in the park. It's an ocean of devotion, a floating dream for two. Ba-da-da-da. Oh, I keep hoping that the oars will stray, so we can drift forever and a day. No boat like a rowboat. It's row, row, Rosie, a row, row, romance in a row, row, rowboat with you. Yo!
All right.
Thank you.
That's the show.
Thank you.
man.
Whoa.
Let's get out of here.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
Oh, the Mid-States 4. Take...
Before we go further, just a little housekeeping. If you will not walk down the center aisle, they're taping the show, and we'll get a beautiful picture of your back, but not the quartet, please. And warn those who come, otherwise I can have a couple of deputy sheriffs over here in a few minutes. If you can believe it, from 39 years ago, one of the most popular and entertaining quartets ever, with Don Barnick filling in on tenor, the Mid-State 4. Hey!
I wish that I knew how to sing. I'd get in a good quartet to harmonize with three other guys. Would be a thrill, I bet. It's not my choice that I have no voice, but here's what I can do. I'd like to offer some free advice to you and you and you and you. Boom, 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 boom. The day is bright though you can't see the sun.
fun. The time is right to put the blues on the run.
Just
Sit back, relax, it won't take long, or you'll never go wrong with a song. Bum, 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 bum. You've got a reason to make the world smile. Most any season, it's really worthwhile. Sing with your neighbor, it really isn't labor, and you never go wrong with a song. Birds don't need the sun to sing. Bells don't need the light to ring. Now listen, if you would keep your spirits in high, just take a deep breath and look in the sky. Open your pipes and join the throng, or you'll never go wrong. Do-do-ah, never go wrong. Do-do-ah, never go wrong with a song.
From Tulsa, Oklahoma, where our beloved society was founded, with Dale Radford substituting for tenor.
But there was some relief. Just get a load of this stage presence. And here's the 1946 way to hit a high tenor note.
I think I hurt myself.
Some even offered a word of praise for a job well done.
Congratulations. Thank you.
And you'll never guess what these fellows are singing. Hop up, you 11. Even in those days, what to do with your hands on stage was a problem. Shades of things to come. Would you believe the Mid-States 4, 1946 version? And then, of course, if you didn't agree with the judge's decision, well... But it was a great convention. And co-chairman Jim Knipe and Maynard Graft congratulated themselves on a job well done. The winners?
And now your... Oh, do I have to do this? Your 1949 international champions, the Mid-States 4.
crowded ways and habits of an old world grown too small came these brave adventurers. No. Columbus was a man with imagination. He envisioned a new world. People often wondered, people still wonder, what did Christopher Columbus actually say to Queen Isabella when he got back to Spain? How about it, Chris? Step up here and tell us in your own, no, not in your own words. Just tell us what you said. Tell us what you said to Queen Isabella.
Well, I tell you what.
When you got back to Spain.
Well, I tell you what.
From wherever you were.
Give me a chance, will you, bud? I tell you what I said. I said, ting-ting. What do I mean? What's that? What does it mean?
Spanish.
Would you tell me what it means? Tell us. What does it mean? What does it? They want to know what it means.
What does that mean? That means, where the heck all them Indians come from? That's what that means.
Really, what did you say?
Well, I tell you what I said to her. I said, Queenie, old gal, I said, me and my knights here.
You mean the Knights of Columbus?
No, let 'em. Let them figure it out for themselves, will you? You don't know the territory.
You don't know the territory.
I tell you what I said. I said, Queenie, old gal, I said, we got you a real cool piece of real estate over there. That's what we done. And we got it before the America Vespucci. That's whoever he is.
No, Swede.
Anyway, we give it to you. Them and all them Indians, we give it to you. You know?
What's funny?
So I tell you what we're going to do now. We got to do a little celebrating, Queenie, old gal, honey child. So let's do it the way you got the picture. I can't do it up here.
I can't play guitar. You brave man.
Yeah. Got one more. What is it? Now, here's what I said. Now, honey, what you do now? Now, honey,
You do the dishes and I'll feed the old sow. Household the chicken and our one-dirty cow. Now don't forget, take down your curlers and powder your nose. Come on, we'll make time at Jones's place.
And wear your best clothes.
Ha, 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 ha. I'll meet you, honey, by the old cider cake. We'll set our cup down and both shake a leg. Never a ballroom seen a prettier sight. We'll wear our glad rags tonight, my honey. We'll wear our glad rags tonight. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening. You know, actually, on 4-H, I don't think we ever really did get a standing ovation like this before, did we?
No, we never. The only time we got a standing ovation is when we sang the Star Spangled Banner.
That's about it.
Got to face it.
You know, actually, it does remind me of the good old days, though. We used to get up on stage with those silly-looking costumes, and we had those costume changes on stage, slapstick comedy. We had a lot of fun. And we had some favorite songs, too. And one I remember particularly is Rural Rhythm.
Oh, that was a great song. I like Diamond Bound. But you know the one I liked was I Want a Girl Just Like the Girl That Married Dear Old Dad. I like
you
that one.
You don't have to sing it, though.
I want to
Okay,
sing
all
it.
right, okay.
He already
I've
told
had,
me what to do.
I've had trouble with him that way for 46 years. In any event, the song I liked was Up and Down the Monon. Remember that one?
That was a good one, especially when you sang off key. I like
Oh,
that
yeah.
all the time. No, I tell you, I like, oh, up and down the Monon, everything is fine. You remember that one?
Oh, that's the one I just said. And thanks for hitting my belt buckle. Actually, then, of course, how about Oklahoma Indian Jazz?
Down in Oklahoma.
Yeah, okay.
We wrote that.
Yeah.
What else? I tell you, though, in all seriousness, in 50 years, thousands of shows, but it reminds me of a song we used to do. Let's see. It was just such a great song, and it's characteristic of what we're doing tonight. It was called I'm the Last Man on the Corner.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That's what the one I like.
Gee, but it's tough when the gang's all gone. You stand there on the corner all alone. You may have dough, but you've got no place to go. You're craving women, wine, and song. And the gang's left you flat with an old-time song. You hurry home to gaze at those four bare walls. Every thought seems to scorch when you're carrying the torch, and the gang's all gone.
You know, I actually do remember back in 1942 when the quartet first got started. In 1943, we joined the society, and after a couple of personnel changes, in 1946, we won the Illinois State Championship. It's a district now. And at that point, I'd say that we, Art and Bob and Corey and I decided we're really going to go for the gold. And we did. So 1947, we got third place. 1948, we got second place. In 1949, June 12th, 1949, my birthday, coincidentally, we won those coveted gold medals. And I'll tell you, we've sung thousands and thousands of shows all over the country, all over the United States and America, for countless thousands of barber shoppers. Actually, we went along for a few years. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Hold it. Hey, Colin, will you hold it? Okay. What do you want?
Well, they told me over at the hotel if I came over here, I could play the violin.
No. You got it all wrong.
No, I wanna
There's
play
no
the
stage package
No,
here
I want to play
tonight
the
in this
violin.
contest.
I
Really?
mean, I've
No,
heard enough
please.
of this damn
No,
singing,
please.
and I want to go.
Okay, all right. I'll tell you what. If you're going to play, will you hold it, please? If you're
holding.
going to play an important thing like the violin, you're going to have to consider that you're going to be auditioned for the Orange County Philharmonic Symphonia.
Right-ho.
All right, okay. So you have to understand all of these distinguished looking... I mean... Okay. These... I'm sorry, fellas. I'm talking rather juicy tonight, so you be careful, will you? Anyway, we have to just expect now that they're going to be your judges, and you're going to have to go to the rostrum.
Right-ho.
Okay, what's this business about right toe?
You're stepping on my right toe.
Oh. All right, okay. Get up there. Okay. All right, remember now, this is an important position.
All right.
Okay.
Let's
Now, if you're going to audition for an important position like that, you must go to the rostrum.
Where do you say I have to go?
I said if you're going to audition for an important position like that, you have to go to the rostrum.
But I don't have to go to
All
the-
right, okay. Come on. Okay. All right, now let's get up here now. What are you going to play?
What's that?
I said, what are you going to play?
Well, harmonica. What does it look like?
No. I mean, it's going to take all night. All right. No, come on. I mean, no. I mean, what song are you going to play?
Oh, I have selected something that I think they would all enjoy. I would like to play the William to Hell Overture.
No.
I always talk like that in Anaheim.
Yeah, okay, all right. All right, now here we go now. We're going to set the scene. We're ready to go now?
Ready.
Okay, let's try.
Ready? You tuned up?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Okay.
Okay.
Oops.
Maybe you ought to go to the rostrum.
No. All right. Okay, come on. Let's go here now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Darling, I am growing older.
Thank you. Okay, so we won the Illinois District Championship in 1946. Sang thousands of shows with countless barbershoppers all over the country. We did Korea, we sang for the frontline soldiers, and then we sang in Chicago, and believe it or not, I think it was the largest live audience a barbershop quartet ever sang for. It was 110,000 people. We've sung at Massey Hall in Toronto, Carnegie Hall in New York City, and things went along pretty well until about 1978, and that's when we lost our bass, Art Gracie. Art had the most beautiful bass voice you'd ever want to hear. He'd sing solos like Old Black Joe, Swanee River, Do You Believe, and my favorite, Let's Harmonize. And this went along again for about another 10 years, and then we got to the point that we lost our tenor, Bob Mack. How that man could captivate an audience, I have no idea, but he did, singing solos like Anytime, The Same Silvery Moon, Do You Believe, just beautiful, beautiful voice. So we're sorry to say that we really are the last ones on the corner.
When you're